Hello everyone, I want to do a reading on Cuba. So, got little Poochie next to me, good boy. So I don't know what's happening in Cuba, but sorry, just had a sip of my water. I know that I'd started seeing, I think I saw something pop up, and it was Trump had actually mentioned Cuba. I don't know if he said Cuba's next, or it gave an indication that he will be looking at Cuba, and I think this was before the Iran war. If I have advice for Trump from now till the end of April, yeah, I would say do a BB. Do a BB. Do you think that's going to come out to be a meme? A meme, not a meme. Do a BB. Pretend you're no longer on Earth for a bit of time. Step back, reflect. Come on, calm down. Let's get the mind intelligence. So I want to look at what cards we get for Cuba, and I want to see, I've got a time frame where I think Cuba's going to go through a major change, and I want to see what we get with that. I also wanted to pull cards on Duck and his visit with the Japanese MP. I'll maybe do that in a mixed bag, but if you remember a while back I said about her, and I said I think people are going to think she's quite soft and stuff, but I think she's got a bit of a punch in there. So I know that there was a recent visit from her to the US, so I wanted to look into that. I don't think anyone's interested unless I'm talking about Nancy, but I'm not sure, but let's see. So I'm going to pull cards on Cuba. Alright, we're going to see the energy right now. I do know a subscriber said to me, oh, Cuba's in a bad situation. The tarot deck I didn't get out, so let's just look at these ones here. Okay. Strength in reverse at the moment. Knight of Cups in reverse. Eight of Cups. Oh, we've got the Page of Swords, and I've got the Justice card popping out, which tells me justice is going to be happening soon. How that happens, I don't know, but it comes into balance. Bottom of the deck, it's definitely coming, okay? It is definitely coming. We see here that it's losing its momentum, it's losing its strength, it's losing, I want to say it's internal as well. This is not only about Duck, I feel like it's losing its citizens being okay with their country. The Knight of Cups in reverse as well, and the Eight of Cups tells me that there is a loss, like they don't recognize what is happening with the country. And here we've got the Page of Swords, so this tells me a little bit about, there is a lot of online coverage, and I don't know if this also means that, are they having like blackouts, and possible, like they're not allowed to see certain things on social media, like the sudden cuts on that kind of stuff as well, to like, what type of country is it? Is it globalism? I wonder if it's globalism, given they are like a touristy country, aren't they? But definitely strength in reverse, and the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Cups, the Justice card, and the Death. There is a change coming, okay? It's not only about because of Duck, but it looks like internally there is a problem. And the I want to say it's the people inside are not happy. Was this Cuba ever under the US, by the way, or like, I don't know why I get a negotiation deal. But there's, you know, they don't feel they have any power. There's no power in the country. And I don't mean just electricity or whatever if they don't have electricity. I mean like there's no, they don't have power here. It's like they don't feel like they can do anything with these cards we're seeing here. But the Justice and the Death says it's definitely coming to the end. And it's not on the right path. It's just not on the right path. So let's look at some cards in the near future, right? After this, what are you trying to show us, Spirit? After the Death card, what are you trying to show us, Spirit? Let's see. Someone's going down. Someone is going down, right? We've got the Ace of Swords, all right? So after the Death card, we're going to get a lot of what we're going to see being communicated about Cuba that could be lies. But we're also going to see celebrations. We're going to see somebody going down, which I presume is their president. And we're going to see liberation here, okay? There is definitely an ending. And I see here there's a card that slipped. Patience, I want to say, has come to an end, and there's heartbreak over the country, but there is that liberating energy, okay? So I do see that. I think there's definitely, with the cards we've got, there's definitely something big and disruptive is going to happen. And I want to say from June, July and August, this is going to be, something's going to happen. And I feel like when I think of the president, he is not going to just go without a fight, okay? He's not going to go without trying to hold his position. Let's just get a confirmation. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. He's not going to go without trying to hold his position. And I think he's going to be questioned on everything. I think he's going to be questioned on everything. The Emperor there. Okay. Is the economy a bit bad there? I do think that it's not a very well off country, probably in some areas. I think it's Havana that has like the huts or the doors of different colours and the cars and then the cigars. So it gives me, I've never been to Cuba. Has anyone been to Cuba? But I feel like it has to change. A problem is that people think like the karma of this guy, they'll take it in their own hands, and sometimes that is needed, and that's why there's someone that comes in and does that, because the universe has kind of recruited someone to do that. But when you take karma into your own hands beyond what you should, then you do get karma as well. But yeah, June to August, June, July, August, I see there is something, there's going to be something very disruptive that happens to Cuba, right? We've just seen it in the cards and I'm confirming that. And I want to say June, July and August, because I think people are saying right now, but I feel like we've still got a bit, are going to be big months. And I think it's going to change. It has to change. And I wonder if it's liked because it still has the old side of it, like it's not lost its culture. It's kind of like you can go there and you still feel it has its culture uniqueness. it hasn't changed. And I think that's why maybe Cuba, people love going to Cuba or visiting Cuba, but then maybe some people might feel like, actually, I'm not sure if I'm safe there. But I don't know if the citizens are actually happy. Let's just look into that. Given what we've seen and the energy I've already described, I don't think so. Has anyone visited Cuba? If you have, how was it? Would you go back? Citizens of Cuba, this is telling me they're not, you know, there's unrest in the country. Not everyone's getting along, you know, there's unrest in the, this to me is a bit of civil unrest. There's the Seven of Swords in reverse, okay, and we've got the Eight of Swords. So they're feeling very, I don't want to say hopeless, but they're feeling tied in that they can't make the change. What's interesting is the Seven of Swords in reverse. We can see the unrest. We can see where they feel really limited. The Seven of Swords in reverse is actually interesting because this is like looking for ethical solutions. But it can also be be like dire consequences can come forward. This is not very good. So tell me a little bit more. Plethora of cards. Five of Pentacles. Judgment in reverse. So a judgment in terms of the economy is not in good place, but some people might think it is because of the trade. Now if you want to do a trade deal with me, I'm up for that. You can send me Cuban coffee. I'm not indicating anything off the thing, and I will trade and sell it in the UK. We've got the Nine of Swords and the Tower card here. So a lot of them think overthinking, a lot of unrest. I want to say there's economy problems. I wonder if they have something that's not being seen is that they probably have not very good confirmation healthcare in place at the moment. So and then we see the government. So what I want to say is that I think the citizens will be happier once this change occurs. So might see signs of that in June, and then something very big disruptive happens after. And it's going to be like a turning point. There's like support to the citizens, turning a leaf. So economic help, opportunities to make money like I've just given you. You don't even have to wait until then. And healthcare improvement, okay, a change is happening in this arena, okay, and I want to say education. By the way, I have a prediction on education going forward by 2032. If you've got kids, yeah, I'm gonna go into that. So, yeah, that's what I see for Cuba. I thought it would be interesting to pull cards. And so that's it. I'm wrapping it up. Take care, stay blessed, and bye for now.